at Style Kitchen in Nashville, cooking some great hair tips with the amazing stylist Chase Taylor. I'm Morgan and you are watching the AUGEgirl Network. Chase, thank you so much for being on the show.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Would you please take a moment to tell the AUGEgirl viewers a little about yourself and your career?
Well, I'm just about to be 28 years old. I'm originally from Destin, Florida. I've been in Nashville for about 7 years. I started doing hair about 5 years ago. And it is something I will do for the rest of my life. I really enjoy it. It's definitely my passion. Every day that I wake up is what I definitely love to do.
What is your most favorite part of your job?
Making people happy. I think the best part of the job is I have a lot of training that was very intense, and sitting with people every day and talking with them and just seeing the gratification that you get when you make someone feel beautiful. It's instant gratification. It happens right on the spot. So I think that's definitely the best part of my job.
For those who are watching who might want a career as a stylist, what advice can you give them?
To learn as much as you can. Go to hair school, but you will not learn everything you need to in hair school. You definitely need to get a good apprenticeship and learn from all the stylists that have been doing hair longer than you have, and just observe and take everything in that you can.
Well, did you get a job as an apprentice before you became a stylist?
Yes, I did an apprenticeship for about 1.5 years at Trim here in Nashville as well, and it was some of the most amazing training I could have asked for. I definitely learned more than I ever expected to, and it's definitely made me into the stylist that I am today.
And then, after you were an apprentice, where did you work?
After I apprenticed, I continued to work at Trim. So you go through the apprenticeship there, and then you get a job. They take you on as a stylist, and I continued to work there. It was about a total of 4 years until I recently moved to Style Kitchen about 3 months ago.
When you were young, who did you look to? Who looked up to? Who was your inspiration?
Who was my inspiration? It's hard to say. Probably my dad, honestly. He did hair before I was ever born. He owned a couple of barber shops in Mississippi, and he was a barber, from what my mom has told me, because me and my dad don't talk about it a lot. He was very much in demand, even though it was a small town. He had a huge clientele, and people would come to him, and then he would move away, and they would go to a new stylist, and then he would move back, and they would all leave their new stylist and come back to him. So I would definitely say my dad, yeah.
When you were young, who did you originally want to be what would you originally want to be when you grew up?
I originally wanted to be a lawyer. That's what I thought I wanted to be. And as good as I am at arguing, I don't think I could have gone to school for that long.
It's good to be an arguer to go to law school.
It is.
I should try that.
Maybe you should.
Who inspires you today in your life?
I think the people around me, the people that I work with, we kind of all inspire each other. You definitely have to work with people who you feel like you can still learn things from every single day. I mean, when you feel like you're in a place where everyone is the same, it kind of makes things boring. So definitely the people around me inspire me on a daily basis.
What is the nicest thing you've ever done for someone else?
It's hard to say. I have a big heart, so I tend to always try and help people. I would say maybe the nicest thing I did is letting someone live with me for quite some time, and kind of just trying to help them get on the right path. And sometimes you do nice things for people, but it doesn't always mean that it turns out the way that you want it to in the end. But I think as long as you have a good heart, you always keep trying,
What is your favorite charity?
My what?
Your favorite charity?
My favorite charity is probably Wigs for Kids. It is a charity that makes wigs for children who have hair loss or burns or can't grow their own hair, and they also don't charge children for the wigs. There are other companies that do the same thing, but I feel like they are the most charitable.
I've been trying to grow my hair lots of love.
Yeah. I think you have to have 10 inches. Is it 10 inches? Yeah, it's a lot, and I have a lot of girls that do that want to donate their hair, and I mean I think it's a really nice thing to do.
How do you make a difference in your community?
That's a hard question. I think just by trying to help people, and keeping an open mind, and knowing that just because someone is different than you doesn't necessarily mean that that's a bad thing. And you see someone on the street that maybe is having a hard time and stopping and helping them, or giving someone a ride. As you get older, you start to realize that there's so many people out there that really need help. And even though it can be a scary world, sometimes you just have to take a chance.
If you could teach a child something today, what would it be?
To love yourself as you are. I think that the hardest thing, especially being a kid, is that other children can be very mean. And you have to accept yourself for who you are and know that you are an awesome person.
Kids are really
Yes, they are.
If you could think one person who has made a difference in your life, who would you think, and what would you thank them for?
I would thank my stepmother. She was an amazing woman. Her and my dad were married for about 13 years, and I moved in with them when I was about 13 or 14. And I think that she really had the biggest impact on my life and helping me be the person that I am today. I think without her, I wouldn't have the personality that I have now. She really helped me open up and become a different person and a more outgoing person.
If you could change one thing in the world today to make it a better place, what would you do and why would you do it?
I would hope to try and change the way that people judge one another and the way that people look at each other and not accept one another because you're different. Because we're all different, and I think that that's what makes the world unique, and that's what makes us all unique, is because everyone is a little bit different. And just because, someone doesn't like what you're doing and the things that you do, that doesn't mean that they should criticize you or ridicule you for it.
It makes the world go round.
Yes, exactly.
Augie's defined by all you got every day. How are you, Augie?
I'm Augie because when I come to work every day, you have to be on. Doing hair is a job where you can't come in here and be mopey and tired, and you have to talk and be personable, and that's what I do. I feel like every single day I come in here and give it everything I have, and I want people to have a really enjoyable time and really enjoy being here and being relaxed and getting the best hair that I can give them.
When you wake every morning, what are you most thankful for?
I'm most thankful for my family. Even though they don't live close, I'm very close with them, and I'm very thankful to have a good relationship, a great relationship with my mother.
I'm very close to my family too.
Yeah, that's how I feel. Sometimes I wish they were a little closer.
Sometimes a lot of families aren't.
Yeah, I do feel blessed that they're only about 6.5, 7 hours away, so it's not too far to go see them, but it's not that close either.
Thank you so much for sharing it with us. If you're in the Nashville area, I strongly recommend you make a reservation at the kitchen, the Style Kitchen. If you are interested, please call 615-687-5555. Thank you again for watching the AUGEgirl Network. I am Morgan, reminding you to put your best fashion forward. Live, laugh, love, Augie.